Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Pixie Love. You guys can call me Pixie. And I'm back. I know a lot of people haven't seen my video I posted today because it posted really late. Anyway, I'm going to wear this little outfit for the week because I was out last week for spooky week. So this is my spooky week, okay? I don't really know if I'm going to do any like spooky type things, but I want to dress up for Halloween because I always dress up for Halloween. Anyway, we all know why we're here. Fatlogic. I've been away for too long. I'm sure these people have gotten even more delusional. Like this first post already it's already eating me up. So let's just go. It's true, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. If someone doesn't want to sleep with a fat person, that's fine. But it's also fatphobic. If someone doesn't want to sleep with a bi POC, I'm not going to force them, but it's also racist. All bodies are lovable. 18 plus, obviously. No, that's not how things work. Nah, it's your sexual preference is just that. It's a sexual preference. It can change. It can evolve. It's a thing. But that doesn't. And I'm not gonna act like there is no. I don't believe in the word fat phobia, but like, I'm not going to act like there's not some fat phobia or racism for some people who don't want to be with certain races. But for most people, it's just what they're attracted to. Some people just aren't attracted to fat people. Doesn't make them fat phobic. I'm sorry you don't like the answer, but it's true. It's not fat phobic or racist just not to want to have sex with someone. Now, if there's more deep-rooted issues with it, then it can lead into quote-unquote fat phobia or racism. But just the line and basis of not wanting to sleep with someone, it's about attraction. Now, if their attraction against like not wanting to sleep with a person of color is because they don't like that particular race, then that's racism. But if they just like, they have nothing wrong with like, let's throw out Asian people, they have nothing against Asian people, they just like, Asian women just aren't attracted to them. Now, I don't know who in the world doesn't think Asian women are attractive, but I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who is just like, not my cup of tea. Me trying to explain why diets don't work. It's like being in a state of caloric deficit makes us constantly hungry. Let me, listen. If there's anyone who's like a part of the body positive, health at every size movement watching this and maybe trying to hear my opinion, being hungry will not actually kill you. Starving for long periods of time, yes. But actually having a slight discomfort of being hungry is not the worst thing in the world. And it's something I had to learn. I am not dying for being slightly uncomfortable. Sometimes I'm literally thinking about food and I feel the hunger and I'm like, it's 12 o'clock at night and I should just lay down. But I'm like, nope, I'm hungry. I have to go because I don't like that discomfort. But that discomfort is not going to kill me and I have to learn. And it's something I am slowly learning. And sometimes I'm good with it. Sometimes I'm not. That like, that slight hunger is not the end of the fucking world. It's okay to be hungry. This Halloween, let them eat candy. If your child gets a tummy ache from eating too much Halloween candy, if your child gets a tummy ache from eating too much Halloween candy, this is a wonderful learning opportunity for them to experience their own body's intuitive regulatory system. Is that what they're trying to say? I don't know. If your child gets a tummy ache for eating too much candy, you're not doing your job as a parent by monitoring what your child is eating. It's not a bad thing for a parent to be like, no more candy. Or is my mother-in-law being fat phobic when she tells my nieces and nephews that they can't eat candy until they eat breakfast? Or is that fat phobic? That they can't have candy for breakfast? I just want to know where we lie here. Or is it fat phobic that like last night, half my Halloween bucket was Reese's and I'm like, I'm only going to eat like 2 tonight so I can like let it stretch and, have a Reese's a day or something? Or is that fat phobic? I'm just trying to see where the lines are, like where we drawing the lines. But yeah, no, it is a good opportunity for your kids to be like, hey, when I eat too much of a good thing, it's bad. But also, your kids have ignored points to already get to that area. So you're not doing a good job teaching your kid how to intuitively eat. If they're getting to a point where they're in a tummy ache, that means they've eaten too much. Your body gives you signs when you're already full. The tummy ache comes when they overeat. So they already overate on candy. So that means they're not listening to the signal when their body has had enough candy. They only see the signal when they had too much. Once you have too much, you have too much. You're not teaching them the signal like that's enough. Casual fucking reminder that white racist scientists invented fat phobia and the concept of obesity. If you're ever fat phobic or on some, well, fat is unhealthy, bullshit, I hope you fucking know that someone's white ancestor is smiling in their graves. I hope you also know that someone's white ancestor also started the body positivity movement. So are white people bad or good? Come on. Come on now. I throw this at you guys every fucking time. 3 fucking white men started the freaking body positivity movement. And second of all, scientists didn't create the concept of obesity. They noticed when people are at a bigger weight, they tend to have certain health issues. And then when people lose those weights, a lot of those health issues go away, and so on and so forth. What scientists did not create anything. What they did was notice the symptoms, and they created a concept. I guess you're correct. They invented this concept, but what they did was put a name to something that was already going on in the universe. Bad idea. Representing gluttony with a fat person. Better idea. Representing gluttony with a skinny person who eats a lot, since fat people need to consume more energy in the first place, and fat people aren't fat due to gluttony anyway. Okay. Let me keep reading. Best idea. Getting rid of the idea of sins like gluttony and sloth because they come from fat phobia, classic capitalist Christian views of morality. I hate that I feel like these videos make me agree with the Bible sometimes. I feel like this is the second time that I have to defend Christianity, and people who really know me know. If you ever listen to my podcast, I'm always ripping on freaking Christianity. Okay, I haven't plugged in a while, but I did do a podcast for a while. It's a very pagan-themed podcast, but I'm always ripping on Christianity, and these bitches make me go to bat for Christianity. Okay, 7 deadly sins. I like how they're tying it into classism and capitalist when the Jesus was poor. Just saying that, but to give them some credit, in my personal opinion, a lot of the views from the Bible doesn't come from the actual story of Jesus Christ or anything. It comes from the Roman Catholics that wanted a way to control and divide people. So they created all these rules and set into place, and the sins came from the people that they didn't want to be a part of. So it's like, oh, they're sinners, and the people who follow them, they would like convert the people. There's a lot of BS in the Bible. I will agree with that. So I guess it is some classist shit, but fat phobia isn't one of them. And when they were talking about the idea of sloth and gluttony, it wasn't really about fat people. It was about kind of what you were saying, a skinny person who would eat a lot of food, because like wasn't really a lot of freaking fat people out there. But it was mostly also gluttony was like, well, a lot of people were poor at the time, so if you were taking more than you needed, you were being gluttonous, and you were taking away from people who would also need. So that's where the idea was coming from. And sloth was also coming from the idea where like, well, hey, we need people working and doing stuff. So if you're not working and being productive, you're a sloth. Like that type of shit. I know I'm not 100% right, but I know I'm in like the right ballpark of everything. I've studied a little bit of like some past religions. So I'm like a smidge bit of like religious history. Just a smidge. And I think I'm like kind of right there. But can we go to back to the second one where it says fat people need to consume more energy in the first place. That is true. We need to consume more energy because we burn more energy because we're in a bigger body. But if you got in a smaller body by consuming less energy, because you store energy in your body, you would need less energy. Okay? Second of all, fat people aren't fat due to gluttony ways. If you are taking more than your fair share and your fair need, you are gluttonous. So that's just completely wrong. And listen, I don't want to sound ableist or anything, but 9 times out of 10, a person is fat because they ate too much food. Let's be honest. Yes, there are conditions like that can contribute to being overweight and stuff like that, but it contributes to being overweight to a certain extent. You know, you can't use certain things that's like why you're 200 pounds overweight. You know what I mean? Like, that's part in you being gluttonous and just being a slob and just eating all damn day. Sorry, not sorry. And even if you are a person who is very active and still overweight, you are eating so much food. So much food. Imagine a gay person going through the trauma that is conversion therapy, becoming straight, and then turning around and yelling at gay people that if they want to stop facing oppression, then they just have to stop being gay and do conversion therapy. Like, society has forced on them. That is how formerly fat people act. That is just fucked up logic. I'm saying this as someone who is gay and fat. Told you guys. I told you. They want to be a marginalized, oppressed group so badly that they have to compare themselves to different races and being LGBTQ+. And I want to ask this person directly. And I know they're going to have to try to find a real deep reason, but I want to ask you as a person, is your oppressions of being gay worse than your oppressions of being fat? And which ones have a more lasting effect on you? Because I've talked about this before, but as a black person, I have obviously been oppressed. I mean, I don't want to say obviously, but I have been oppressed. I've dealt with some situations, and I do think I do have it better than some other, and I have it better than other people, but I can't think of significant times where I was truly oppressed because of being fat that seems anything like even the minor oppressions of being black. So, and I'm just going to assume that you're a white gay fat man, because I feel like you also would have brought up the fact that you're black. I don't know why, I just feel like you would have. But even so, like, if you are a person of color as well, is your oppression for being a person of color less than your oppression for being fat? And as sad as it is, you can change. No one is just fat. Fat is not just who someone is. That is not like being black and being gay is kind of a part of your identity in a way, because like if you go to certain things for being that, so it's a part of who you are, and it's something you can't change. But the sad fact of the matter, I know you don't want to believe, is you can, like you said, formerly fat people. So you can go from being fat to being skinny or being small or being normal or being an average weight person and no longer be fat. That is something you can actually change. So if those oppressions are so bad for you, why wouldn't you want to change? That's what I also don't understand. If you're being so oppressed because of your size, why wouldn't you want to do everything in your power to change it? Like, as a black person, I like to fight for, equality and just a lot of shit that goes on. And that's my way of trying to get rid of the oppressions I have to deal with as a black person, because I can't change the fact that I'm black, but I can change the fact that I'm overweight. So if you're so oppressed for being fat, why wouldn't you want to stop being oppressed by losing weight? I don't understand why you want to be oppressed. I feel better in a small body. And some people feel better when they take cocaine, but that doesn't mean that it's a sustainable way of living. If being a healthy, normal weight isn't a sustainable way of living, why are so many people doing it and living long, healthy lives? And also, that's just like that's like saying, someone's like, oh, I feel better when I meditate. Well, like, some people feel better when they go murder someone. That doesn't mean you should be meditating. That's literally what you're doing. You're comparing two extreme contrasts for no reason. No reason. Like, and you didn't just do any drug. You did cocaine. Like, come on. you're throwing out such a hard freaking example. Like, you're like, oh, obviously, like, no one's gonna say you should take cocaine if it makes you feel better, because it's not a good way to cope. Like, that is a logical thing. But comparing to say that someone who feels like they feel better in a smaller body, because I'm pretty sure it's true, not pretty sure, I was a smaller person and I know I felt better when I was in the smaller body. Oh my God. I think I've had enough. I just like, I can't. But I just like, I couldn't even finish my sentence. I was in the middle of a sentence and I had a plan, but I just like, I couldn't finish my sentence, so I'm not going to. But if you guys like this video, please make sure you guys leave a like down below. If you guys like me, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that little bell down there. I've noticed you guys been hitting that bell without me even telling you. Like, round of applause for all you good people out there hitting that bell, getting my notification. There's a couple hundred of people who like have the bell notification set up. Like, you guys like me. Oh my God. Anyway, anyone else who wants to like me, make sure you guys hit that bell and subscribe. I do videos Mondays through Friday. You get 5 videos of me a week. Most of it are surrounded by body positivity and fat people. We got some juicy TikToks coming up. I'm actually doing exposed TikToks tomorrow, so come around for that. I might even do a face cam reveal for that, because I feel like you got to see my real face for these expressions. But I also watch half the videos, so it might not be a good one. But I do plan on doing like a video. There was a reaction video I wanted to do using my face. So you might get a camera of my face, but listen, I have a crappy camera, so you can't come at me about the quality, okay? We're going to deal with it. If you want to see my face, we're just dealing what I'm working with, all right? Anyway, all my social medias are PixieLove5642. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.